So this is just going to be a rough kind of help you understand video about my particle emitter and accelerator. So here is the emitter, this box right here. This shoots the electrons and particles into this first chamber that speeds it up to pretty good speed, and then it gets shot off once it's at the right speed to the main chamber that's going around here, and the observation deck is right in the middle since collisions are going to happen all around the chamber. It speeds up in the coil pattern, so if you can imagine two springs intertwined, it's just like that, two spirals going together, and then the magnets on the outside of the tubes are going to collapse in. The electromagnets that are speeding up the particles are going to start moving in, and then the spirals are going to start twisting together, and then once they're in the same exact path, that's when collisions are going to start all around the main chamber where they can be observed by the main observation deck. Then the magnets are going to come back outside and twist so that those particles, the bigger ones, are going to start spiraling again. Then it does the whole thing again until big enough particles are produced that we could get some actual data and energy from. Then a sweeper, here I'll draw that in, it's going to come from over here. A sweeper is going to be shot into the tube, into the spiral, and that's going to have a trap on it that's going to collect all of the antimatter and particles, and it's going to come out here at the top. That's going to be out of the screen, but it's coming out of the top, and that is where the particles are going to be contained for further use. For the second part of this demonstration, I'm going to be talking about the energy creation process that's going to be happening above ground. So there's going to be many towers, like circular towers, that have three main different energy production equipment processes in them. So if you could imagine it without walls, there's going to be a spiral going up. I'll draw that in black. And water is going to be coming up from the top, going down, and about every half circle there's going to be little hydroelectric generators with rotors or propellers that spin from water going through them that will generate power for the emitter and accelerator. So while that's happening, the water needs to come back up, and that's going to happen through another sort of spiral, sort of like a drill or like an auger kind of. Water in this sealed pipe will be pumped up with the spiral kind of motion, and the spiral is not only going to have one purpose. It's also going to help with these tracks that are going to come down, maybe 2 or 3 of them, and there's going to be these carts that I'll draw in another clip. They are going to be able to latch on to the side of the drill and be carried up and dropped back down on the rail, so they're always going up and down on the rail system. So the third way of generating power from these towers around the top of the facility are these carts that would go down just a big pillar or pole down in the middle of this whole contraption. When these go down, they're going to be spinning alternators and using regenerative braking, just like in your car. The alternator is spinning with the motor, creating electricity to charge your battery back up. That's why batteries last so long, especially in modern cars. So alternators and generators are going to be taking energy from this process, and then at the bottom of the shaft, these will latch back on to the spirals, go back up, and slide back down the poles, and then the energy from this won't be quite as much as the others. So I realized I missed something. At the top of the towers are going to be layers of solar panels that are going to be creating even more energy. So this energy source will be used to actually power the drill that's bringing it back up. So it's going to slide back down, and there'll be like connectors that a capacitor will be charging up this whole way, and then right as it comes down, it's going to dump out all that electricity into batteries and stuff that are going to use that drill that's keeping the water going. And then the water, energy created from the water, is what's going to be used in the plant.